All right, we're back to where we were. So, like I said, I'm just gonna go ahead and pull everything apart now. Pull this out. See, that's got a little tension on it. Not bad. It works its way out. That comes out. Now we go ahead and take the camshaft out. So you work that up like that, off to the side a little bit. Take the chain off. Just slip the chain off. And the cams, like I say, whenever you take the cam off, you don't ever have to take those bolts out. Just slip the chain off, it comes out. So I'm just going to put this in here for right now, just to hold the chain. You can let them fall, you can dig them out of there, and they will come off of the camshaft or the crankshaft down there on the bottom. So if it does fall, and you do stick a wire down in there with a hook on the end of it and fish it back out of there, you got to make sure you get it back on the sprocket down on the crankshaft. And you can do it. You can mess around with it and get them to go. Let's see, what do I want to pull off next? Little water hose here. This is the one that goes to the water pump. I'll usually take the intake manifold off. I don't have to. Yeah, I'm going to take it off anyway because I got the bolt underneath on the back side. Just makes it a little easier. So we'll pop the intake off. It's just 4 bolts. Top. Everybody that owns a Rhino should know what this goes to. Your vacuum line to your fuel pump. I know a lot of people take them off, put electric pumps on. That's fine. I've always run a regular stock water or fuel pump. I've changed them out a few times. They do quit working. I just haven't gotten around to putting an electric one on. Actually, I've gotten to the point where I carry a fuel pump with me. So I imagine putting an electric one on would probably help. Probably get where I wouldn't have to worry about putting a fuel pump in it. Get a good look at the back of my head. There's the O-rings for the intake. You usually get those when you get a new gasket kit. Now a lot of times tell you how good an air cleaner you've got. It's a little black, like it was running a little rich. But if you've got a good air cleaner, it'll look like this. I've had K&N filters where you pull this off and it just looks like little mud rivers flowing down through there. I don't like K&N filters either. Yeah, they flow good, but they let a lot of crap through too. So this one looks pretty good. 8mm or 6mm bolt with a 12mm head on the top and the bottom here. One under here, one up here, and then you've got these 4 bolts here, and that's what pulls the head off. I like to pull these off first. These can be a little tough to get to when you're doing your working the head bolts back on. Come on. That one there. Here. Let's do it the right way first. Bottom. We also got this one Allen head too. Top bolt washer. That one didn't have a washer on it. They must have lost it when they put it together. For that. Now we just got these 4 here. Let's see if this break moves. Almost. Still use old school air tools. telling me he didn't put the dowel pins back in. That is all the way against it, all the way down. That head should not move like that if it has the dowel pins in it. Could be another reason why it's got a blown head gasket. Yep. That's nice. There's supposed to be dowel pins in there that hold this head. If anybody's been into them before, you know what I'm talking about. And whoever did this one last didn't bother to put the dowel pins back in. Nope. So the head. There's two dowel pins that go here and here. They're little metal sleeves. And they go in that hole and that hole, and then they go in this one, this one, and this one, and that's what keeps the head lined up. But right there's where it blew. You can see it right there, and then you can also see it right here on the head. That's where the head gasket blew. Or that's where it started leaking. You see that there? Yeah. I'll show it on the camera closer. Got the piston in, right? It looks like it. Stock cylinder, stock size cylinder. It's 100 millimeters. Cylinder stock is 100 millimeters. That's what that is. It's 100.00. If it had been bored over, it would be 100.05 or 100.10 for 10 over, 10 millimeter or 1/10 of a millimeter over. This is a big bore kit. That would be 102.00. or 102.05 or 102.10. So it's 100.00 in the stock size cylinder. And look at the stock piston. I should say stock size. Yeah, stock size cylinder. So it's not a big bore kit. But it sure burned that head gasket through. Look at that, boy. And that's because he didn't use the dowel pins. That's the only thing I can think of. That or he didn't torque them properly. Maybe he didn't use new head bolts. And you put it together and they stretched. Because you're supposed to use new head bolts. Whenever you change a head, you're supposed to use new head bolts because they stretch. But it sure did burn that right across there. I'm saying it's because he didn't have the dowel sleeves in it, dowel pins in it. There is also a ridge between the sleeve. This is the steel sleeve here, and then the aluminum case on the outside. On the big bore kits, you know it's a big bore kit because this little sliver piece of aluminum here will look like this. That little piece won't be there because they bore the cylinder larger to put a bigger sleeve in it. So this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one, and this one will look like, they'll all look like these two here. I do feel a ridge there, so I think the cylinder did drop. And the way we'll find that out in just a minute, you put a straight edge across here, across it, shine a light across it, and see if you see any light between the steel sleeve and the straight edge. If you do, then this cylinder has dropped, the steel sleeve has dropped. And if it drops just a little bit, the weakest point, wherever the weakest point is, which is right here, it's going to be, that's where it's going to blow. See, it's burnt right there. And this is what I was talking about on the cylinder size at 1/10,000. That's a stock cylinder is 100 millimeter across, so it's 100.00. Like I said, if it was a stock cylinder that was bored, it'd be 100.05 for half a tenth of a millimeter, whatever it is, or 100.10 for a tenth of a millimeter. And then, but like I say, a big bore kit is 102 because they go 2 millimeter over. That's where you get your larger cylinder. And then if it's stock size or standard size, it'd be 00 or 0.05 or 0.10. Like I say, I do feel a ridge right here. It does feel like the steel is lower than the aluminum around the outside. Because, you know, trailer park girls go around the outside. So we'll put a straight edge on that in just a second. I'll show you guys what it looks like.